Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and this is Kerbal Space Program 1.02. The 1.02 is out, download that if you haven't. And this is my first video in 1.0. What are you gonna do for us today, Ronin Pawn? Well, a few weeks ago, I built a craft which I dubbed the S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier Mk5. And that was a floating aircraft carrier based off of the Avengers movie, which looked something like this. Throttle, 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 ah! Ronin Pawn, what have you done? You're gonna destroy the VAB. You're gonna, okay, yeah, no, yeah, And the YouTube comment section saw that and they said, Ronin Pawn, seeing as your aircraft carrier is itself an aircraft, could you land an aircraft carrier on an aircraft carrier? Okay, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I was just sliding along the ground, mostly. But was the comment section satisfied? No, friends, no indeed. They said, Ronin Pawn, this thing's awesome, but you need to build it bigger. Build it bigger, and by the way, land a conventional aircraft on it. And so today, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you, at a value of over 6.5 million Kerbins, 311 part count, and weighing in at over 1,600 tons. No, not you, Val. You look thin, you do. The S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier Mk17, ladies and gentlemen. And that was a lot of mouse wheeling to get out to the point where you can actually look at it. Look at the size of this thing. We have been working on this for weeks and weeks and weeks. Every Sunday at twitch.tv/Ronin Pawn we do a live stream, and I've been building at it and building at it and building at it. And then the 1.0 came out and it changed all the rules about everything, and so I've been building at it and building at it and building at it. And finally, I have a craft today that is either worthy of flying and it's done, or I'm just tired and we're gonna release it and move on. I have disabled gravity for the purpose of taking you on a little tour of the helicarrier. This is built using Tweakscale, just two mods, Tweakscale and Ven's stock Revamp, and both of those are pretty much up to date for the 1.0 now, so if you haven't gotten the new versions, go get them because they're great. Pellinor, who works on Tweakscale these days, did an excellent job and worked with me a bit on trying to get this craft actually running in the 1.0, and thank you so much for that. And Ven, just didn't have, I've had no, you know, I haven't talked to Ven at all, but I love your work. Call me. Here we are in the Hangar Bay for the helicarrier. This is where you'll park your planes, okay? So, you know, to get some decouplers, mount it to some planes and strap them in, or, okay, an excellent idea would be to get the boat parts mod for KSP, which actually includes a number of aircraft carrier style things that work really well for this kind of thing. There's clamps on there that are, you know, act as decouplers, or rather docking ports for planes that you can attach planes just by their wheels and that sort of thing. But I have not included any of those parts on here. This is just Tweakscale and Ven, so if you have those two mods, then you will be able to get this craft, and I am releasing it on kerbalx.com/Ronin Pawn, as well as at roninpawn.com in the files section. So go looking for that. This is the only fuel-bearing fuel bearer in the whole helicarrier. This has got like 40,000 units of liquid fuel in it. Up front in the hull, we've got 3 giant 7.5 meter advanced SAS units, which do almost bugger all. SAS is not how you control this craft in the 1.0. The Mk5 that we had before, the smaller helicarrier, that was just nimble in comparison to this one. Do have a bit of a battery here and some electric generation in the form of a nuclear. Oh my god, Val, it's nuclear. Get away from me. Get away! The SAS does actually help a bit with rolling, but that's about it. Okay, there's the craft. That's the underbelly of the craft, and yes, I did give you a little space here where you can travel underneath, down in there, and you know what you can do? You can just throw the naughty Kerbals down there because there's no way up. But Val, these people are getting itchy. They want to see this thing fly, so grab on, get back into the... Do you have the keys? Turns out the keys were in my other pants. Okay, I have re-enabled gravity and we are ready to fly this monstrosity. So, Helicarrier Flight Training 101. SAS on, throttle all the way up and hit 0. That's the action group to enable all of these jet engines. This whole craft is just using jet engines. There's no oxidizer, there's no LFO burning anything in here, and look at the... Look at the plume that it gives in the 1.0 with the new particle deflection system. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, it takes a good while to throttle her up, by the way, a good long while. What you want to do, and I'm sorry, I do apologize, we're going at about 10 to 15 frames per second, and with the 8 cores of AMD CPU and an NVIDIA Titanium, whatever the hell it is I've got, this is as good as it gets, people, so hang on to your butts. You want to wait until you've got about 1,800 kernel nuggets of thrust, and then you can take off. Before then, do not press space twice. I've got this staged in such a way that if you hit 0 first, then you have to destage twice. And we're coming up on it, so in 3, 2, 1, release docking clamps, and we're floating! We're just barely floating. We're not generating any lift. We're just sort of floating there. Oh my god, okay, there's another thing that you need to do in this craft that I've forgotten to do, and that is change your control to the cupola module, because it's the better place to control it from. Unless you like it, being, you know, upside down and backwards and wonky, then that's fine. Ship does have a little bit of a list to the right. It's a little bit heavier on this side than on the other, but if you just, you know, roll her over, use your SAS, maybe it's a little counterbalancing there, tell it, hold her there, then it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just at takeoff, you gotta do a bit of that. So look, we're not only hovering, we're actually gaining height at an incredibly slow speed. This is actually brilliant. This craft is now, it feels like an aircraft carrier. Like a floating one. I mean, we all know how that feels, right? No, it just feels heavy and girthy. This does not turn on a dime. There's no setting this down on any VABs like we did in the last video, okay? This is just a big weight. This is a brick. It flies like a brick with wings. As it should. As it should. Valentina, you have 130 meters of height now. Do you think it's time that we open up those Verners? Press 1 on the action groups, and the Verners open up. Now, there's a bit of a process now. I've got all of these engines up front linked into groups. So 2, 3, and 4 will disable groups of the engines. Why would you do that, Ronin Pawn? Because as we move forward, we generate lift. And the lift at the front of the ship starts to lift us up. We start to nose up quite a bit. So when I start to level out right about now, I'm going to turn off one of those banks of engines by hitting 2. And since we're still sort of going up, I'm going to turn off another bank with 3. And now we're sort of keeling over to the left because of reasons, so I'm going to hit 5. And that turns off another one of the engines up front. And we're still going up a bit, and I don't want to be going up that much, so I'm going to hit 4. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are supporting the weight of the entire front of this aircraft carrier with this one engine. Check the contrails. There is no energy being produced over here. This one smaller engine right there is all that is lifting up the front of it, and the only reason that I've even got that enabled is to try and counterbalance this twist that we get. We get a bit of a roll because of the way that I've designed it. It's all made out of wings. And we've got these wings that are at a weird angle, and we've got those wings that are at a weird, and everything's at kind of a weird angle, so it's going to twist a bit on you, and there's just nothing you can do about that. So this is my solution. The 1.0 just screwed everything up. Ladies, it's fine. You just roll it over. Flight. Flight in an aircraft carrier. Flight in an aircraft carrier. Living it up as I'm flying an aircraft. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I'm self-satisfied here. I've created an aircraft carrier-sized VTOL thing that flies in the 1.0, given all the challenges, including overheating, and including aerodynamics, and including drag, and all that sort of thing. Can I have a pat on the back? Can I just, not a pat on the back, screw it. Like, can I have a hug? It's been so much getting to this. Can I have a hug, please, from the comment section? It's just a bit of a hug. Okay, KSP just glitched. That's one of the landing that, can I zoom back far enough, quick enough to see what just happened? Look at this. Look at this. We've got the launch clamp is following us now for some reason. KSP 1.0.2, still a number of glitches to be, wait, you know, KSP 1.03 out tomorrow. Well, Ronin Pawn, that's a hell of a helicarrier you've got there, so let's get on to the challenges for the day. Challenge number 1, can you turn it around, get it back to the Space Center, and land it? So what you're going to need for this is, I've got action keys 8 and 9 are toggled to the rapiers individually, so I'm going to kill this one in order to get us turning to the left. I'm also going to try and nose us down and roll us over to the left just a bit. This is the method of turning in the S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier Mk5. It's a big ship. The fact that it flies at all is a miracle that even Jesus is going, oh my god, really? Okay, we are nosing down a bit, so I've enabled some more of our engines up front by hitting 2 on the hotkeys. We are turning. This is brilliant! Oh my god, we're spinning right back around to the KSC, and we're doing it 60 meters per second, more or less, in a craft that weighs 1,600 tons. Thank you. Straighten her out, Ronin Pawn, and kill some more of those forward engines, because we don't need that much lift up front anymore. Turn your rear rapier back on so we can even out the amount of thrust that we have, and nose her down, Ronin. In fact, let's throttle her down. I'm down to about half throttle now, and I'm lining up with the runway. What are the odds that you could land this? Even if I could land this on the runway would just explode underneath me, because that's what happens with 1,600 tons. The hell is that? Is that our... It looks like a boat. We've got a boat passing down here. Hello, Clamp. Hi, floating magic Clamp. Nice to see you. See you at church next Tuesday. Do people go to church? The Clamps go to church on Tuesday. Shut up. Okay, we're still kind of gaining height at this, so I'm actually going to throttle us down even more to 1/3. When you throttle down in this craft, you are going to nose up. I don't understand the physics of it, but I'm sure it makes sense, and you can explain it to me in the comment section, and will at length. I'm not exactly sure how to do this, haven't exactly done this before, but here's my idea. I'm going to throttle all the way up and kill the rapiers, okay? And I'm going to re-enable all of my hovery engines, right? Right? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, Ronin Pawn. I'm going to throttle down a little bit so that we don't start going back up. And I think this should work. Maybe. I'm hearing in the background, I'm hearing those clamps making noises. I don't like that. It's ominous. It's foreboding. Stop making your noises. There's some glitches around the clamps in the 1.02 squad. Get back to work, fellas. Okay, we're descending very rapidly now, more rapidly than I had honest to God intended. I'm gonna fire up the rapiers. Yes, okay, we're bottoming out. Good. Wow, that's an excellent way to get down. All right, that was all exactly as I had intended it. So, yeah, do that. Do you see what I see? I see an excellent landing spot. Okay, just an open parking area right in front of the spaceplane hangar. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in terms of a place to land this? How about at the SPH? Okay, I need to nose up and arrest this 23 meters per second forward movement that I have right now. I also need to throttle down just a bit so that we don't start going back up. No pogoing in this ship. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, stop. This is actually working. How could this actually be working? Okay, I'm throttling a little bit less. I'm going to list a little bit to the left, just roll that way. Okay, I think I need more throttle. Thinking I'm gonna need more throttle. I'm coming down very hard. Throttle all the way up, Ronin Pawn, all the way up, all the way up. I am all the way up, Ronin Pawn. Fire the rapiers. Maybe they will help you do something. Okay, killing all of the engines all at once. And it lands, ladies and gentlemen, the Mk17, the first official landing, which has been overseen by the North Star. Oh, I'm sorry, that's just our debris. That's just a floating clamp. Thank you, floating clamp, for blessing our landing here in front of the spaceplane hangar. Oh my god, it works, everyone. I shouldn't be so surprised. Yes, I should. Challenge 1, build giant helicarrier. Check. Challenge 2, fly and land giant helicarrier. Check. Challenge 3, fly and land aircraft on flying giant helicarrier. Check? Question mark. Peter Taylor, I've turned off SAS. I hope your craft can handle this. Hello, engines of the Helicarrier. This is so awesome. It's like being a bee just circling something that a bee circles before it stings a thing that a bee circles.